The grand hall of a luxurious mansion is filled with laughter and the clinking of glasses. Rich men in expensive suits sit around a long table, enjoying their drinks. The air smells of wealth, cigars, whiskey, and power. At the center of the group is Daniel Carter, a young, arrogant millionaire. He leans back in his chair, smirking with confidence. His friends are talking about power and control. One of them laughs and says, "Daniel, you always act like money can buy anything." Daniel grins, "Because it can." Another friend chuckles, "Then prove it. Do something crazy for money." A third friend leans forward, eyes shining with mischief. "Marry someone beneath you, someone you'd never even look at." The men burst into laughter. One of them snaps his fingers at a waiter. "Like a poor sweeper girl. Imagine that." Daniel raises an eyebrow. "That's too easy." His best friend smirks. "Then do it. Marry a black sweeper girl. Let's see if you still think money is everything." Silence falls for a moment. Daniel picks up his glass, takes a slow sip, and then nods. "All right, I'll do it." The men exchange shocked glances. "You're serious?" Daniel chuckles. "Of course, but don't expect love. It's just a game." The group erupts into loud cheers and laughter. They shake hands, sealing the bet. Outside the grand hall, a humble black girl named Amelia is busy sweeping the hallway, unaware that her life is about to change forever. Earlier that day, Amelia, a young black girl, is busy sweeping the floor in Daniel Carter's grand office building. She wears a simple, faded dress. Her hands are rough from hard work. She moves quickly, keeping her head down. She knows the rich people around her don't even see her. To them, she is invisible. But today, she has no choice. She has to speak. She takes a deep breath and steps toward the front desk. Her heart pounds. She sees Daniel Carter, the arrogant millionaire, sitting behind a large desk. His expensive suit and cold eyes make her nervous. She hesitates, then softly says, "Sir, can I get an advance on my salary?" Daniel looks up, frowning. "Why?" Amelia lowers her head. "My father is sick. I need to buy his medicine." Daniel leans back in his chair, smirking. "And what if I say no?" Tears well up in Amelia's eyes, but she blinks them away. "I will return the money by working harder." Daniel laughs. He opens his wallet, takes out some cash and throws it on the floor in front of her. "Take it. Consider it charity." Amelia's face burns with shame, but she has no choice. Slowly, she bends down and picks up the money. She promises herself that she will pay it back, no matter what. That night, while Amelia is still sweeping the halls, Daniel and his friends make their cruel bet in the mansion. They challenge him to marry a black sweeper girl to prove that money controls everything. Daniel smirks and accepts the challenge. He already knows whom to choose. The next morning, Daniel calls Amelia to his office. She stands nervously in front of him. He leans forward, smirking. "Marry me." Amelia's eyes widen. "What?" Daniel shrugs. "It's a simple deal. You need money. You can clear your debt this way." Amelia is shocked and confused. Why would a rich man marry a poor girl like her? But when she thinks of her sick father, she realizes she has no choice. With a heavy heart, she agrees. The wedding is quick and cold. No love, no celebration. Daniel wears an expensive suit, looking bored. Amelia wears a plain dress, looking lost. The guests whisper and laugh behind her back. They all know about the bet, but she does not. That night, when they arrive at Daniel's massive mansion, he opens the door to a guest room. He points to the hard, cold floor. "That's where you will sleep." Amelia looks at him in disbelief. "But I'm your wife." Daniel smirks, only in name. He turns off the lights and leaves her alone in the dark. Tears roll down Amelia's cheeks. She lies down on the cold floor hugging herself. She does not know that this painful night is just the beginning. The morning sun peeks through the window, but Amelia is already awake. She barely slept on the cold floor. Her back aches. Her heart feels heavier. She remembers she is now married to Daniel Carter, the arrogant millionaire. But it does not feel like a marriage. It feels like a punishment. She slowly gets up and walks to the kitchen. The mansion is silent. The servants look at her with pity and mockery. They whisper behind her back. She knows they say her as a joke, a poor sweeper girl who does not belong in this rich world. Daniel walks into the dining room, dressed in an expensive suit. He does not even look at her. He sits at the long table while the servants serve him breakfast. Amelia stands in a corner, waiting for food. But Daniel smirks and says, "Servants eat in the kitchen. You don't belong at this table." Amelia's stomach growls, but she nods and quietly walks away. She eats alone in the small kitchen, sitting on a wooden stool. Her heart aches, but she refuses to cry. Days pass. Daniel treats her like a servant. He orders her to clean his room. Make sure the floor is spotless. After all, you sleep on it. He throws his clothes on the floor, expecting her to pick them up. If she's slow, he yells at her. One night, she enters the room shivering from cold. She looks at the warm bed and softly asks, "Can I sleep there? Just for tonight?" Daniel glares at her. "You're just here because of a deal. Don't forget that." Amelia bites her lip to stop herself from crying. She realizes something. This is not just a marriage. This is a test of her strength and patience. One day, while Amelia is washing dishes, Daniel's rich friends visit the mansion. They see her and laugh. One of them smirks. "Daniel, I can't believe you actually did it. You married a sweeper girl." Another chuckles. "She looks like a maid, not a wife." Daniel shrugs, smirking. "She's just temporary." Amelia hears everything. Her hands tremble, but she keeps washing the dishes. She finally understands the cruel truth. This marriage was never real. It was just a bet. That night, as she lies on the floor, staring at the ceiling, she makes a promise to herself. She will not remain weak. She will not let them break her. She will change her life. And one day, Daniel Carter will regret ever looking down on her. The days pass, but Amelia does not break. The humiliation, the harsh words, the cold floor, she endures it all. But inside, she is changing. She refuses to stay weak. She must rise. One morning, she wakes up before everyone else. Instead of waiting for food, she cooks her own. Instead of letting the servants mock her, she smiles at them with confidence. She knows she cannot change how they see her, but she can change how she sees herself. She starts reading. Every night, after finishing her chores, she sits by the dim light and studies books she finds in Daniel's library. She learns about business, finance, and self-improvement. She reads stories of people who started with nothing and became successful. She also observes Daniel closely. She watches how he talks to his employees, how he makes decisions, how he controls his business. She listens when he is on the phone, learning the language of business. One day, she finds an old sewing machine in a storage room. She remembers how her mother once taught her to sew. With determination, she starts making small clothes from leftover fabric. She sews at night while Daniel is asleep. Slowly, she gets better. One evening, Daniel's company is in trouble. A big deal is about to fall apart because of a mistake in the design of their clothing line. The designers are panicking. Daniel is furious. Amelia sees the designs and notices the error. She stays silent at first. Why would Daniel ever listen to her? But then she takes a deep breath and steps forward. "I can fix this," she says. Daniel laughs. "You, a sweeper girl? What do you know about fashion?" Amelia does not argue. Instead, she takes a piece of cloth and starts sewing right in front of everyone. Within minutes, she creates a perfect design, better than the original. Everyone stares in shock. One of Daniel's managers whispers, This is perfect." Daniel narrows his eyes. For the first time, he looks at her differently. Amelia's transformation has begun. Daniel watches in silence as Amelia stitches the fabric with steady hands. Her focus, her confidence, it is something he never noticed before. She's not the weak girl he once mocked. After that day, Amelia begins working in the company's design department. She starts small, fixing errors and making improvements. The employees laugh at first, but soon they see her talent. Her designs save the company from a huge loss. The investors are impressed. Daniel's friends are shocked. Daniel feels something strange inside him, a feeling he cannot understand. For the first time, he admires her. One evening, he walks into the room and sees Amelia sewing late at night. She looks tired but determined. "Why are you working so hard?" he asks. Amelia does not look up. "I want to build something for myself. I don't want to depend on anyone." Her words hit him deep. He remembers how he once saw her as nothing. But now, she is becoming someone strong, someone independent. Slowly, Daniel changes. He stops making her sleep on the floor. One night, without a word, he places a soft blanket beside her. Amelia is shocked but says nothing. He stops insulting her in front of others. When his friends joke about her, he does not laugh anymore. One morning, Amelia enters the dining room. Daniel pulls out a chair for her. She hesitates. He sighs and says, "Sit. You're my wife." The servants gasp. Amelia stares at him in surprise. She slowly sits. Daniel does not understand his own feelings. He watches her more, listens when she speaks. He notices her kindness, her strength, her determination. One day, he finds himself smiling as he watches her work. His heart is changing. But is it too late? Does Amelia still want to be with him? Just when things seem to be changing, Amelia discovers the painful truth. One evening, she overhears Daniel's friends talking in the study. They laugh and whisper, unaware that she is standing outside the door. "I still can't believe you actually married a sweeper girl because of a bet," one of them says. "Yeah, but look at her now. She acts like she belongs here," another adds, chuckling. Amelia's heart stops. A bet? Was this marriage never real? She feels dizzy. Her hands tremble. She thought Daniel had changed. She thought there was something real between them now. But it was all a game for him. Tears sting her eyes, but she does not cry. Not this time. She takes a deep breath and walks away. She has made her decision. That night, Daniel finds a letter on his desk. It is from Amelia. "I know the truth now. You married me for a bet. I was nothing but a joke to you, but I am not weak anymore. I don't need your money, your name, or your pity. I am leaving, and I will never look back." Daniel feels a sharp pain in his chest. He rushes to their room, but it is empty. Amelia is gone. For the first time in his life, Daniel feels true regret. He had everything: money, power, respect. But now he realizes something. He has lost the one person who truly mattered. He runs out of the mansion searching for her. But it is too late. Amelia has disappeared. The man who once thought he owned the world now stands alone, broken and desperate. And for the first time in his life, Daniel Carter knows what it means to lose. Days pass, but Daniel cannot shake the feeling of emptiness inside him. He keeps searching for Amelia, but she is gone. His mansion feels cold, and he cannot focus on anything. His heart aches with the realization that he has lost her, the woman who changed him. He spends days looking for her in the city, asking his employees if they have seen her. But no one knows where she is. One afternoon, Daniel walks through a small neighborhood. He sees a familiar face in the crowd. It's Amelia. She's sitting on a bench, sewing clothes, just like before. Her eyes are different now. Stronger, more confident. She looks up, and their eyes meet. For a moment, neither of them says anything. The world around them seems to stop. Finally, Daniel speaks, his voice shaky. "Amelia, I was wrong. I was cruel, and I hurt you. I'm so sorry." Amelia stands up slowly, looking at him with calm eyes. She no longer feels anger. She only feels peace. "You were cruel, Daniel, but I learned from it. I became stronger." She pauses, her voice soft but firm. "I don't need you to fix me. I fixed myself." Daniel swallows hard, feeling the weight of her words. He realizes how much he has hurt her and how much she has grown. He is no longer the man who looks down on others. He has seen the truth. Amelia is the strong one. He steps closer, his heart full of regret. "I know I don't deserve your forgiveness. But please, give me a chance to make it right. I want to change. For you, for me." Amelia looks at him, her face unreadable for a moment. Then, slowly, she nods. "Maybe. Maybe we can start over. But this time it's not because of a bet. It's because we both want it." Daniel smiles for the first time in a long while. He knows the road to redemption will not be easy, but he is willing to try. For her. And as they walk together, side by side, it is clear that true love and redemption have begun. They are no longer the same people who started this journey. They have both changed, and this time it is for the better. As the sun sets, Daniel and Amelia stand on the balcony of their new home, looking out at the city. The past feels like a distant memory now. The mansion that once held pain and regret is now filled with love and understanding. They have both changed, and their journey together has just begun. Amelia looks at Daniel, her eyes soft but firm. "You once saw me as nothing, but now I know my worth." Daniel nods, his heart full of gratitude. "I didn't understand what love was until I met you." He pauses, his voice shaking slightly. "You taught me how to love, not just with words, but with actions." Amelia smiles, her face glowing with strength and peace. True love is not about control or power. It's about respect, growth, and understanding. They stand there in silence for a moment, letting the words sink in. The city below them is busy, but in that moment everything feels still. As the camera pulls away, their silhouettes against the setting sun, the message is clear. Love is not about where you come from or how much you have. It's about who you become together, through kindness, respect, and change. In the end, both Daniel and Amelia have found what truly matters. Not money, not power, but each other. We hope you enjoyed this story and learned a lesson. For more related stories, I request you please subscribe our channel and don't forget to like, share, and comment. Thanks for watching.